All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the educational session. It's the second one. We started off yesterday during these times, 9 a.m. Eastern now, 26th of December, and let's get started off. If you are joining for the first time, uh, warm, humble welcome. You can find the recordings in the educational playlist, and let's get started off for today's session. What I've planned is, if we are spending 30 minutes each session, that would be best. And let's break up the session into two parts, I mean, theory and practical. All right, so starting today, what we will do is we will discuss the theory portion of the second story, and then the next session we shall dedicate towards the practical understanding on the charts. What do you say? All right, I think that would be making more sense for those who are really wanting to uh, put these sessions into practical implementation on their real life trading. All right, and as I said, please have faith for at least a few sessions on me, and you will find that by the end of the fourth session, mostly by the end of the fourth session, you would have at least 80 to 85% understanding of the markets as to how they are moving. All right, now if let's get started off. We will not want to waste time. We have just 30 minutes in this session now. Yesterday we discussed about the language of financial markets, that is charts. And to be more specific, just a moment. And to be more specific about it, we discussed about candlestick chart patterns, 7 of them: 3 to buy, morning star, tweezer bottom, and engulfing bullish, and 3 to sell, that is evening star, tweezer top. Here it is. There is a tweezer top right here on our screens. If you want to spend just about 2 minutes to identify the patterns on this chart, then let's do it. If you could see, the basic idea is that you can send your charts, what you practice on your own, through emails, and I'll do my best to reply each of them if there are any corrections required. But these are the small tiny steps that you need to take when you're beginning. I'm presuming that we are beginning. Okay, I am also beginning, let's say. It's a great learning experience where you can send in your charts if at all you feel like, and I will reply to them as well. Now if we try to identify a few patterns here. One more humble piece of advice. We are discussing different portions right now initially, like the language, and then the rules, and then how to play the game, etc. So don't try to analyze the chart at this point in time, please. A time will come, the right time. I will let you know that this is the time we need to start analyzing and begin forecasting the charts. At this point in time, you just need to take each session as it is being delivered as a story format. Like, say, yesterday we discussed about identifying a few chart patterns, that is morning star, evening star, tweezer tops and bottoms, and engulfing bullish and bearish. That's it. If you can identify those 6 or pin bar, 7 patterns. That is it. Please do not hurry and take each story as it unfolds. You will really enjoy. All right. That is a morning star, bearish, indecision, bullish. Then there is a slight change between the theory and practical. Now this one is a practical engulfing bullish. You see, an ideal engulfing bullish would be a complete bullish body which engulfs the bearish body. All right, here it is about 90% coverage. So practically you can take that. Theoretically it is not ideal one, but practically you can take that. Now please don't understand that okay, this was a morning star, had I bought it here, okay, I would have made this much money. No, this should not be the thinking right now. Right now we only need to identify signals, that's all. Like this is an engulfing bearish. Please set your eyes to identify signals quickly. For that you need to simply spend time individually on the charts, nothing else. As I said yesterday on our discussions, from now on what you see is what you're going to do. So please make sure that you see the right thing. That was an engulfing bearish. Again, sort of a practical morning star to be taken on the long side. That is a tweezer top. All right, a huge engulfing bullish. Don't take as a trading point of view, please. There is a lot of tendency to rush towards the trading point of view, but if you are beginning or if you already know a lot of technical analysis, kindly bear with me for a few hours, a few sessions, and that's the way I normally would like to go. We have to cover a lot, but we want to start from the basics. Okay, and then that's not an actual trading signal on the 4-hour chart, but on a smaller time frame there would be some trading signal for sure. Morning star over here, an ideal morning star. Bearish, indecisive, bullish. Please remember there could be more than one indecisive pattern. I mean, there could be a series of indecisive candles and then a bullish, okay, for a morning star. Engulfing bearish, and that is a total sideways action. Let's ignore it for now. All right, now this is what I have done. If you want to just have a small hands-on, from now on, if you are seriously interested in learning and putting this into implementation yourselves, don't take these sessions and stories lightly. Spend at least some time or with the charts on your own and simply practice what we discuss here. You will not even realize, I promise, you not even realize when you start analyzing the charts. All right. Let me bring up one. I think you won't be able to see the patterns here. I think this is enough. Could you please spend a few minutes? Let's not hurry. Let's not rush into the session. Let's not rush into the time. It's okay. We can dedicate this session completely for the practical purposes of session 1, that is a basic chart pattern. I'll label this as basic chart pattern 2. All right, can you please forget about analysis and simply identify the 7 patterns that we discussed yesterday? Forget about trends, forget about the trading, forget about everything else, please. Wherever you can find, you can just identify. You want to set your eyes to identify signals first. There is a great importance to that. I will just let you know. I'll take 1 minute here. See, we need to answer these four questions primarily. What, when, where, and why. Before you actually place your trade, we kind of want to answer these questions: what to do, when to do, where to do, and why to do. Just for your information purpose, we discussed the first part yesterday, that is what to do, either buy or sell. Now when, where, and why, they are coming. That's why I said let 4 sessions go through with practicals, and you will be there almost 80% of the time. So let's focus this session, let's focus on what to do. Okay, let's identify a few signals here. I'm just leaving this chart for a few seconds for you to identify on your own. I don't know, I'm looking for some interactive sessions where we can also chat with each other. I think it will be enabled after a short while in my channel itself, after a short while. For now, you can send me your charts whenever you want to, and I'll see to it that I reply them with any adjustments that was required. So first, or maybe a few more seconds please, the entire charts, wherever you can find a signal, just identify and then we'll do it together. By any chance, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so that I know the numbers are increasing in our family, and it means a lot to me as well. And don't forget to spread the word if you're liking this. Alright, let's get started doing together. What is this? An engulfing bearish, bullish, sorry, back to back, almost an engulfing bearish. Okay, then I would like you to watch this pattern, which begins with the bullish here and then ends with the bearish there. Most of the candles in between, they are indecisive except for the one bearish candle here. When you are having, this is a practical explanation, when you're having a series of small bearish candles with indecisiveness, you can bring them all together, but you need to see that it is covering at least 50% of the bullish body on the other side. Okay, that entire sequence, this entire sequence right from here and ending there is an evening star. All right, now if you don't remember, morning star, tweezer bottom, and engulfing bullish are signals where you are going to take action of buying the chart, and evening stars, tweezer tops, and engulfing bearish, they are the kind of signals where you want to sell the charts. There is a small evening star. Can you see that right here? A small evening star. When, where, and why, they are yet to follow. I promise you will be able to find out the exact, more or less the exact probable price from where you should be selling and taking action. After this exercise, I'm going to point out two things which you should be remembering. Let's complete the exercise first. Engulfing bullish, we are simply identifying right now, okay? Back to back evening star, bullish, indecisive, not an indecisive, but as at least in comparison to the both candles left and right, evening star, and see what happens after that. Again an evening star, again an evening star, and then suddenly engulfing bullish. All right. We are not discussing trading right now. We will discuss it shortly, maybe in the next week. Engulfing bullish, then a morning star in the making, bearish, indecisive, bullish, and no clear signals here, but that one was a morning star, and today engulfing bullish, again an engulfing bullish, just a few hours back. All right, so the only thing we need to do right now, we can spend some time on any time frame. You can pick up any instrument, and then you can pick up any time frame for practice purposes. If you have a charting software already, it's fine. If you don't have, NetDania is a very good software that you can use. It's absolutely free, and it has got almost all the instruments. All right, so you can switch across the time frames, and maybe 1 hour or 4 hour or daily doesn't mean any difference to you right now. And we will discuss what is the significance of the time frame in one of an altogether different session. All right. Okay. Now, things that you need to take care of apart from just identifying. Let us say, let me. Okay. Well, we don't know anything about support, resistance, or trends, or anything. We are simply acquainted with the trading signals, you and me all, okay? We know only trading signals. But as a layman, if I ask you a simple question, as a layman, what do you think is the market doing here? It is rising or falling. If that's a simple question, if I ask you, you would say that, okay, yes. I mean, it doesn't require great science to tell that, okay, it looks like a rising market, simply because prices have rallied from the left bottom around 1236 towards 1281, almost the right top, right? So it's a rising market. Like, one small practical tip: we don't know trends yet. Don't try to analyze the market. Don't try to analyze trades at this point in time. Just please remember one thing: whenever you see a rising kind of a market, now this may not be actually a rising market, this may just be a retracement. You will come to know after that, after a while actually. But for now, a simple understanding is that this is a rising market from the left top to right bottom. It has risen. So whenever you see a rising market, this is what you need to do precisely. Run your eyes across the lows. It doesn't require a rocket science again to identify that these are the lows, right? From where market picks up again. So these are the lows. Run your eyes, please make a habit of running your eyes across the lows of the rising market, and then identify bullish signals at those lows. Let's do it again. When you have a rising market, please make a habit of running your eyes across the lows, not the highs, please. All right, not the highs. We are talking about rising markets. So run your eyes across the lows of that particular rising market and then catch, hold, or identify bullish signals and then buy them. We are now precisely talking about taking some action for the first time. Again, when you see a rising market, please run your eyes through the lows of the market. I've identified a few lows here. There it is, and another low, and another low. You see another low here, and then here. So please make a habit of running your eyes through the bottoms or lows, whichever language you find it easy to remember, of the market, and identify bullish signals and then buy those. Why? Because if the market is rising, it has got a tendency to go on making higher highs and higher lows. See, this high is higher than the previous high, yes, and then the next high previous higher than the previous high, and then the next high higher than the previous high, and then the next high higher than the previous high. Do you note that? So in a rising market, what is more logical? Now let's talk about simple logic. Let's forget about technical analysis and the technical world of jargons and huge wordings. Forget about all those stuff. What would you do if you see a particular commodity or in this case a chart is rising? What would you most commonly want to do, or what you should do? Wait for a dip, wait for a dip, and then buy. What would give you the confidence to go and buy that market? Now you have the answer. You would say that, okay, if I see a morning star or a tweezer bottom or an engulfing bullish, please remember, if you see a morning star, see every low. I don't know if you have noticed this or not. Every low that we have marked here carries a bullish signal that we discussed yesterday. I don't know if you have noticed, but if you have not yet noticed, please do so. If you notice here, bearish, indecisive, and 3 candles I would like to combine, at least these 2 bullish candles. If I combine these 2 bullish candles, I got a wonderful morning star here. I would like to go and buy that. Okay, if not if not this signal, forget about the first signal. Okay, at least from the second signal you can start playing. Now I'll make you understand exactly how to play this game in session 3. Okay, and once again I would like to give a small disclaimer here that each and every stuff that we are discussing here, none of it is my personal creation. The only thing that I love doing is to explain in a very simple manner all the things that I have learned across in the last 8 years or so. Again, the last part would be the wave principle, the Elliott wave principle, which I learned or came across late 2014-15. It's a wonderful wave principle theory. That would be the last session, a number of sessions for that. And today I'm mostly using the wave principle, not this technique, but this will help you understand and grasp the market at the root level. All right, so that's we are spending time to do this. So we will clearly identify the rules to pick up your calls by the end of session 3 and session 4. All right, but for now, could you identify at every low here there is a kind of a bullish signal that we discussed yesterday. That was a morning star. Again here it's a wonderful morning star. See, bearish, indecisive, 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 5 to 6 indecisive candles, and then whoop, morning star. Here again engulfing bullish. Again over here morning star starting from this bearish candle, two can't say indecisive candles, and a bullish signal. Again here a practically tradable engulfing bullish. This one was again an engulfing bullish right at the opening of the market today, I suppose, December 26, 6:30 a.m. my time. Again an engulfing bullish. I hope things are getting clear. So when you see a rising market, this is a guideline or a rule which you should remember, brothers and sisters. Rising market, run your eyes through the lows, try to pick up a bullish signal, and then go ahead and buy the market. Now there would be questions coming across your mind. Okay, how do I know that the correction is over, or the market has corrected itself and now it is going to rally and things like that? There are other techniques which operate on the same chart, maybe if required. But the first technique is what to do. So when we are going forward and discussing Fibonacci's and trends and all those stuff, you should not forget the signal portion, because that will enable us and confirm, okay, it's a morning star, it's a tweezer bottom, go ahead and buy it. All right. See, what I am not asking you to do in a rising market is this. Do you see an evening star here? Yes. What we do not have to do in a rising market is go and sell that evening star. I mean, this is a conventional way to trade markets. When the markets are rising, you don't go and sell the market. If you are interested, if you have bought earlier, you can sell the market to take profits, but then don't double sell. That is a very aggressive form of trading. It's not that I don't do that, or I don't recommend at all. At this point in time, for the understanding's sake, when a particular thing is rising, your main goal should be watch out or look out for a price or a place to buy, get a confirmed signal, and then go ahead. Tomorrow don't go and trade. After this session, don't go and trade. Okay, Harsh was telling that it's a rising market and there's a morning star, so let me buy it. No, there is time to please hold on to your trading instinct yet. There is time. We will all together decide for ourselves that okay, we are now ready to trade. Until and unless we are able to give answers to those 4 questions, what, when, where, and why, practically trading should be avoided. All right. If you want to do anything, go ahead and practice this out. As we discussed about the rising market, what you need to know about the falling market. If the market is falling, first of all, run your eyes through the highs of the market. Like, let's say this is a high, that is a high, this is a high, those are highs, high points, right? Identify the highs into a market and then go ahead and sell the market over there. But after getting a bearish pattern, after confirming a bearish pattern, and here if you see at every high we kind of have a bearish pattern. This is all very basic elementary things that we are discussing. As and when time passes, as and when you have practiced enough and things have gone into your subconscious mind, believe it or not, you are not going to see all this. You're not going to wait for signals. You might not even wait for the beginning of the signals. Many times I don't even see the signals now. I mean, beforehand you would know that okay, this is the place where the market would reverse and a signal will pop up after that. Amazing feeling it that would be. And believe it or not, if you are following these small steps, looking baby steps, many of them would be laughing at me as well, but none, not a problem at all. If these baby steps are followed properly, I mean, I promise one thing. I cannot guarantee what money you are going to make, but I promise one thing: whatever you lost, or you may lose in future, because that's going to happen, you'll have the strength and courage and confidence to get it back from the same market if you are persistent enough. All right, brothers and sisters, let's bring this session to a pause here. We have done the theory yesterday and practical today of identifying the 7 trade signals. Please do spend time on your own and also do not hesitate to write to me anytime for anything, for any question that you have in your mind. We simply do not want to do the sessions for the sake of doing. I want to make it a very interactive. Maybe we are not in a classroom, we are not seeing each other, but the world is becoming very smaller due to these technologies. So let's use them and let's make it as interactive as possible. I'll be back tomorrow 9 AM Eastern around these times to begin a new story, and that is let's discuss the rules of trading. All right. Once again, thank you all for joining. If you're not yet subscribed, do it. That's only going to increase the communication link between us in future, because I'm not finding ways right now, but I'll definitely find ways to communicate directly to all the subscriptions in my channel who are subscribed members, because I can send a message to them. I know that. All right. And if you're liking, please help spread the word. I mean, what would happen if you just pass a word to 11 people? Think about that. The family is growing exponentially after that. All right, so I'll be back again these times for the educational sessions, and 8:30 AM Eastern, Indian Standard, and 10 PM Eastern for the Asia Live. Till then, good luck to your trades, and please take care and God bless, brothers and sisters. I'll see you back very soon. Goodbye.